team captains, good luck. Get into Discord. That's all I'm going to say about that. Get into Discord, guys. This makes it easy. Really, really simple. Let's go ahead and switch over because I'm too slow to... Voila! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to XLNC Casting! It's been a long time, but we're back and we're going to have fun. Salic is not here at the moment, so we're just going to have a blast with solo casting it. I've done it before. I've done it again. We're going to do it. I'm preparing my... How about preparing my butt? How about just preparing my butt? We do try to keep it PG-13 here just for the chillins. Sometimes we do have some younger people that get on, so we're going to keep the language on the cleaner side. But Ion, welcome. Glad that you're here to play. I think you're either Shiny and Forte-Nope or Iodin, more likely, because that was actually your username. That would make sense. No, you're no worries. No worries. No worries at all. All good. Thank you for joining us and for playing. With Broken Hearts inviting you, that's pretty darn awesome. Normally I have a duo caster over there, but right now I'm solo casting because why not? We've got Echo, we've got Katarina, we've got Pike and Graves banned away. I know the XLNC Fox Nova is going to be flipping out over the Graves ban because currently that is one of his favorite junglers in the game. Extremely strong, very aggressive, and right now, with the meta that you see a lot in pro play, with the gold funneling and all the craziness going on, hyper-aggressive jungles are the way to go. Pike also recently has gotten a massive downtrend in wins, and that's because people have figured out that he is extremely squishy late game. You just take him, you blow him up, and like pop him like a big old balloon. Just take anything pokey and pop him, and that's it. XLNC Shroom is making some good points. Well, he will once I give him a moment to speak, but probably will not happen because we don't let the Shroom talk. Otherwise, he explodes. I don't like this new meta. ADCs are all gone now. No! No! Okay, let me explain this real quick. As Twitch is picked up, thank goodness we actually have... Oh, it's a jungle Twitch more than likely. ADCs are not gone. Okay, there is one region, and that is the LPL, in which ADCs overall are played in 40% of the games and win about 40% of the time. Every other region has over 50% of pro plays sees ADCs. And not only that, if you actually take statistical data of all games played across all regions by everyone of all ranking, statistically, ADCs are still played somewhere in the 60 to 80% of the time, and they win 60 to 80% of the time. It's actually fairly close. The only thing that happened was that they opened the opportunity for something other than ADCs to be played in the bottom lane. Doesn't mean that ADCs can't be played. It just means that other things can also be played. So I actually like the meta a little bit. I just wish people would realize that it's not the end of the world. Everyone can still play their favorite ADCs. That being said, crit ADCs are down. They recently came out with a small buff back to crit, so you will see a little bit of trickling of the Tristana and the Caitlyn and the Jinx coming back into the meta, but they're going to be a little bit on the underside because they aren't as... Crit just got a massive butt-kicking nerf. So crit ADCs are still fewer and far between. Lucian, Twitch, Kog'Maw, there's a handful of ADCs that are still very good. I mean, Lucian, especially right now, is like one of the top picks ADC for the pro scene. Draven's showed up a couple of times, but we'll get into this game in particular as Draven is going to be the first of the second round ban, along with Vladimir. Very good from Team Forte-Nope. I completely agree because Vladimir is a disgusting champion that should be deleted after his remake, and I don't like this champion. But Zillion, Jax, coming down so far from Forte-Nope. They've got a lot of nice initiation engage, some of those bruisers. One of the things that they're currently lacking is really a tank. At least one solid tank on the front line would be really good. Maokai, heck, I'd take a Nasus. Anything that can get a little bit tanky on the front for Forte-Nope would be good. We'll see what they decide to pick up. Over on for Team No, Mom, we've got what's looking like a fun composition. Yasuo, Malphite, Lux, Hecarim, Speedy McSpeeder of the Hecarim running through the jungle. Lux also really good with those bindings. You've got Malphite for the engage, the knockup. Wombo combo with Yasuo is going to be massive. I'm excited to see if they can line up. They're going to need huge warding and keep an eye on where the enemy team's going. If they can group And if they can ward appropriately, they'll be able to catch Forte-Nope out in a bad spot. You've got the Hecarim dive, sets everybody running away in fear, which is perfect for Malphite to then jump afterwards, knocking them all up straight into Last Breath from Yasuo, and Lux laser snipe to finish them all off. It's going to be epic. And on top of that, the AoE burst of Kennen coming out. It might be the Pikachu. No, not Pikachu. Instead, it's Riven, who's got a broken sword. So, hey, Solo Yon, thank you for the, thank you. I appreciate that. I do this every Tuesday, even though I know that it's Thursday. Every Tuesday, just for fun. You're welcome to drop by, hang out, play in the games. Anyone can play right now because it's still pretty kind of on the quieter side. That's really anyone can play at any time. Eventually, we'll start to break out some of the skill caps between the bronzers to gold and the diamond to platinum. And maybe if the stream gets massive, we'll get some challengers. And we've had a master play 2 or 3 times on the stream before, which is pretty exciting. But getting further into this game, as I'm not going to clap because that's the one thing that I always chide myself about doing, are going to roll through the players and their champions for Team Forte-Nope. We've got DRF Xeno taking Twitch, Broken Hearts on the Zilean. Oh, wait, I have to actually cast where they're going to be going. So, Twitch going to be playing ADC, Broken Hearts on the Zilean bottom lane supportive role, Shiny and Fernape taking the Jax in the top lane, Ioden with the Diana in the jungle, Joshua 038, welcome to the stream, thank you for playing, Talon in the mid lane. Over on the side of Team No Mom, we've got Lord of the Dongs taking the Yasuo in the mid lane, and that's the one and only time I'm going to say that whole entire name. Social Bun taking Malphite into the top lane. No free names on the Lux bottom lane supportive role. DRF Dive on the Hecarim in the jungle. And last but not least, Nong Nong on the Riven in the bottom lane carry role. We no longer call it ADC if it's a bruiser champion, a melee bruiser champion. You're just the bottom lane carry. So that's what it's going to be referred to as. Thank you. The bits for no people. For the new people. Bits for the new people. Oh, let the shroom speak. Oh, all right. We'll give the shroom. XLNC shroom, please give me your analysis as to how these teams line up. Yeah. What? Oh, no, you can't say that on stream. Okay, all right, Shroom. We've heard enough from you. Thank you. Okay, so I completely disagree. No Mom has a really strong lineup. They've got good ADC. They've got good AP with the Lux. What they need, though, is to make sure they stay aggressive, because if they start to fall behind, the late game scaling of the Jax, of the Twitch, of the Diana is going to take over. Now, Shroom made one single point. That was, if Zilean can lock down people with those double bombs, it gives Forte-Nope a really strong opportunity to land a chain of CC. You're talking about the double bombs from Zilean for the stun, Jax jumping in with his quick strike to stun in addition to that, Diana hopping in with the AoE pull. You're layering that CC, and if you get that on 1 to 2 targets, you can assassinate them out, which gives you the opportunity to then move in and get some, either win a team fight or objectives or anything else. That's another thing that I've noticed a lot in pro play because I'm paying a lot more attention these days, and that is that people take advantage of 4v5s way more than people in lower elo. You really, really don't need to be super concerned about, in a 4v5 situation, you can have such power and presence because you're literally an entire man over the other team. So if you can get an assassination down on 1, 2 people, it really should be a free Drake, maybe a free Baron. Now, that's a change on Baron, if you guys aren't aware of. Baron is a lot easier to take. That being said, his health has been increased, but the damage that he does to you has been massively decreased. It's so much easier to turn and fight at the Baron. And that's actually my massive recommendation to anyone who goes for the Baron in any game, is nowadays, if the enemy team comes to fight you at the Baron, just fight them. You aren't going to lose that much health with Baron poking at your back. You really might as well just go ahead, beat them up, try to kill 1 or 2 of them before then turning back onto the Baron. And if you have a man advantage over Baron, as long as you've got your jungler, you should be able to smite and win it. Not going to be a problem. Definitely recommend that. But as we are getting into game, let's check out some fancy skins, because I do not want to talk about the fact that XLNC Shroom is being voted for president over Kanye West. Shroom for president. All right, that's what it has come to, guys. That is what XLNC Shoutcasting has come to. We are going to have an XLNC Shroom for president. This is going to be good, guys. This is going to be good. Groovy Zillion, Medieval Twitch, wow, that is an old skin. Paired up with Nemesis Jack, Sand, Lunar Goddess Diana, SSW Talon. That's 5 skins for Team Forte-Nope. As 5 skins come out from Team No Mom. Battle Bunny Riven, the classic. Elderwood Hackerim, rare but still awesome. Star Guardian Lux, Shamrock Malphite, that is a classic as well. And High Noon Yasuo. These skins, man. Shamrock Malphite, they literally have a Cloverfield just imprinted, like tattooed on his chest. He's rock. He's got a clover on his. Okay, we're not going to talk about that too much. Riot, obviously, in the early days of skins, we're not thinking very creatively when they came up with this skin. Elderwood Heckerim, really awesome to see that. Okay, also, if you guys aren't aware of, in pro play at least, you cannot have Smite on Talia or Karthus. And you can still do this right now in the game. It's just for pro play, they've made it a standard rule that anyone can't do this. Because you crash the game if you take Smite on Talia or Karthus and hit like a handful of certain things. No one exactly knows what those certain things are. But if you hit them, you can do it. Let's see if this works. Oh, wait. No, it won't work yet because... give me just a second. I need to inject DLL. Deactivated. Oh. No, it should be fine. There we go. Here we go. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Fancy schmancy. We got a little bit of the background, but that doesn't matter. Back into Summoner's Rift we go, as I should probably switch. Oh, goodness. Goodness, when I'm trying to do everything all by myself, solo casting, it's not as fun. But here we are, game number 1. Looks like we're not going to have any fancy invades from Team No Mom. They're just going to hang out. One of those things, especially from the Forte-Nope team, is that if Jack started his stun, there was time for an invade in which they could try to get something to go down. But it looks like they're just going to play it safe. Going to stay on their standard lanes. Nice little bit of wardage from Forte-Nope to make sure that they don't get caught out. They've got one here in the river, as well as one down here on the tri-brush. Just want to make sure that there's no potential for Team No Mom to invade. I think a lot of these players have played enough with me that they know that I love to do this lower invade. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this down here. So down here, this invade, if you start here and you actually run this direction and then you wait right by the Krugs until about the 1 minute mark, you can almost always catch somebody out and grab a kill. It's really, really easy. Now, it's a lot harder going the other direction from blue side to red side, going up through this little narrow spot right down here. It's a little bit more difficult. As I am mistaken, it is, no, I'm not mistaken, it is the Lux and the Riven in the bottom lane. We'll see how they do. As we get into game 1, go ahead and move the players to the correct positions. As the Diana is in the jungle, squared away against the Hecarim. Malphite in the top lane, Zillion bottom lane supportive role. In the top lane, Shiny and Forte-Nope getting some good damage down onto Social Nape. Now, one of the things with the Malphite is that he does get that shield passive every now and then, so not going to be too bothered by that. Nong taking some pretty good harass, though. DRF Xeno looking for the expunge. Can he get in? A couple more shots won't tick it away completely, and that's going to be Nong barely living. Does have Ignite in the mid lane. Double Ignite. Which one's going to get first blood? It's going to be the Talon, and they trade! Beautiful plays here in the mid lane. Should roll it around, so it's the Yasuo. Melee ADC versus melee ADC. Joshua Hua, though, sneaks away first blood with some really good play. Being able to just get that extra Q in right before the end. And he did burn his flash, though, whereas the Lord is hanging on to his flash. So there's still opportunity for the Yasuo to be able to come back and potentially pick up a second kill in the mid lane. But still nicely done from the mid laners. Forte-Nope picks up first blood, giving them a small bit of advantage, but traded right back as well. So probably won't see anything too haphazardly crazy. We're going to zoom out just a little bit so we can make sure to get a full view of what's going on with both of these guys. Xeno gets poked just a little bit. Broken Heart's down to about half. There is a Hecarim around the corner stealing away the Scuttle Crab, which is really important for junglers these days. He's actually going to get level 3 off of that. He has double buffs. There's a root down onto Twitch. This could be really bad. Nong Nong comes in as well. The Ignite's sticking away, and the Twitch falls. Nong Nong picks that up with the Ignite stolen away, not giving anything else over to her allies. But they were able to pick up some assists off of that, so that's pretty nice. That is why, though, you need to have that vision in the middle of the river, especially about that 3 to 4 minute mark, when you know that those junglers are going to be going for the Scuttle Crabs, just because they're so critical these days for experience, that you really need that. Who do you guys think will win? Give me opinions, please. I'll give it in just a second, as Odin going to go in onto dive. Nice little parkour from the Talon, gets him over the wall, but unable to actually go in on this one. Double wards here from both teams. Going to get some vision in the bush as DRF Dive trying to steal away the Raptor, smites it. So it's going to be a little bit of an XP advantage, especially a gold advantage with that assist. However, the Diana is so good at bursting, especially squishier champions, say like the Lux, or maybe even the Yasuo. There's still good potential for Ioden to get back into this one. If I had to predict a win, I would probably give it over to Team No Bomb. I think that their overall aggression is just going to come out to be so much better if they can land any of their wombo combos, but they need to keep the pressure up. Otherwise, Forte-Nope may be able to take it. And I'm not an analyst, so I'm talking kind of out my butt on this one. We'll see if my predictions are correct on it. This is why I do play-by-play. As the Lord going to go in and get some extra just auto attacks down onto the Talon on his back as he tries to walk himself to safety. Nice little stun there onto the Riven in the bottom lane. Nong Nong takes a poke of damage, but not that much. One of the nice things about Lux is her repeatable shielding that she can do. In the mid lane, oh, Joshua is so low. All right, now this is an opportunity. The Yasuo, oh! Whoo! Almost took it with the tornado, thrown out at the last second. The Talon lives, but this is where the Yasuo has the flash available, so he could try to dive it by slashing through some of the minions to get in for the auto attack before flashing out of the turret range. However, this time around, we'll just force the back out of the Talon, maybe thinking that he could get him with the tornado and trying to play it a little on the safer side, and so will not be picking up that kill. Is in a bit of a farm lead at the moment, and so should still feel good about that. In the bottom lane, the Riven is keeping on par with the Twitch's farm, 34 to 33. So the harassment from Broken Heart's really not doing a great job of trying to pair it up. One of the things you want from your ranged support is to be able to just harass and poke down Team No Mom's ADC, or just bottom lane carry at this point. However, Broken Heart's being low on mana, especially after those mana changes, Zillion's a lot tougher to be able to keep the mana up high enough to constantly throw out those double bombs, and only throwing out one isn't going to do much against these two. Because one bomb, the Riven's just going to be able to dash and shield. No Free Name's just going to throw out her shield on the Lux and just not even be worried about it. So one bomb alone, when it only takes 150 health or so, doesn't really do all that much for harassment. You really need to be landing the double bombs and setting up for Twitch to layer in some of those auto attacks and expunge as well. You can see there, No Free Names, just throwing out the shield, keeps everyone healthy and safe. Hecarim coming towards the mid lane, though. Going to be dashing around. Parkour for Joshua. Interrupted, though. He is invisible, using that ulti, waiting for Ioden to come in. He's trying to get the damage down on DRF Dive. The Ignite sticking away. Cleaned up one, so a trade of kills as Ioden's now in trouble. There are minions here for the Lord to dash through. She avoids the tornado, but still gets auto-attacked in the mid lane and will fall. And Yasuo has yet to burn his flash. 3-1-0, making happy use of that gank in the mid lane that went well for Team No Bomb, as he's starting to get a little bit fed, but good of Talent to get that last little bit of damage down onto the Hecarim. He's still on the squishy side, hasn't been able to buy too many items, and so gonna get that assassination with that Ignite ticking away right before falling himself. Now, Hecarim still level 5, so no ulti yet for the Fear. Xeno just showing off his fancy moves, fancy feet. Oh, and avoids the little starburst from, oh, he gets snared up, and that's going to be Nong Nong going in. The Ignite taking away exhaust down as well. Will it be enough? It might be. I don't think the heal is there. The execution on no free names. The Lux walks forward too close, and Nong Nong down underneath 100 health. Now, this Riven does always have a shield, but here comes Hecarim. Xeno goes invisible underneath the turret, trying to avoid the damage from dive. He still finds him. He executes him very, very low, and no one here to respond from Forte-Nope, as Hecarim's gonna horsey laugh his way to safety, as the Lord in the mid lane just gonna continue to deal some damage. That Talon, though's got a pretty good amount of burst as well. Last Breath comes out, throws up the wind wall in case the Talon tried to throw anything out. Jax comes in for the stun, though. Easy kill, and that's gonna be Shiny Inferno picking one up for himself. Top lane's been fairly inactive. It's just been a farm lead for this Jax. Social Bun having a difficult time on this melee tank champion of the Malphite, doing much to impact the top lane, where the Malphite is one of those champions that you can do terribly on and yet still have impact in the game. You want to get tanky, you want to farm up as much as possible to keep yourself as tanky, but if you can get to the mid game and just layer on some really good ultimates, that's all you really need. When you've got that unstoppable force diving in, especially in combination with the Last Breath from the Yasuo, it's going to be a good time. The main thing that Malphite has done nicely so far is just not die. As long as Malphite's in the top lane, it's just going to keep Jax from being able to push that turret in, take the turret, and win the top lane completely. He's still winning by a handed amount, and he's going to keep doing some really good damage to Social in the meantime as he's taking a little bit of damage. Oh, wait, here comes the parkour. Hecarim, what are you doing? AFK Hecarim for a moment, typing to his team, is going to fall. Red buff goes over to Talon. There's the pings from team. No, bomb! Trying to chase him down, but he's just going to parkour him safely over the wall. I think he actually used the blast cone because his parkour was still on cooldown. Red buffs reset. Social Bun pinged out, going to head back towards the top lane. That's the thing with Malphite, though. If you leave the lane alone, Jax is going to take it down. I would agree, just the fact that they have tanks makes them strong. Well, tanks, hey, Don TV, welcome. It's been a long while, but I appreciate you coming back, Don Shuss. I guess it's not been that long. Only been about, what, 2 weeks since you played? Or did you play last week? I can't even remember. It feels like an eternity. It honestly feels like a month since I last casted. It feels like an eternity. But we're back. We're here. So Jax still pushing that top lane. 81 farm to the 38 by Malphite. Just having a really, really rough time as the red buff finally goes over to DRF dive, who just stands there AFK for half a second. You know, just kind of waiting it out, making sure, did I really get it this time? Or is Talon going to show up and kill me once again? Nong Nong in the bottom lane, getting a nice CS farm lead over this Twitch, 78 farm to 65. He did start the BF sword, so probably going to go for that Essence Reaver or perhaps even the Blood Razor, I believe it's called, the Storm Razor. Storm Razor, that new item that also is going to get buffed in 8.12. Nice little bit of damage down onto Lord. He's going to just poke him out. The not Hail of Blades, but in the bottom lane. Oh, Broken Hearts throws down the ultimate. Nice move there, keeps himself safe. However, it's going to be the Twitch falling in the meantime. Broken Hearts trying to avoid as much damage as possible. Has escaped a little bit in the mid lane. The Fear comes down onto Talon, straight into the Last Breath. Nice combination there between those two. As Zillion still falls in the bottom lane as well. Nothing that Team Forte-Nope's bottom lane can do. They both fall. Just really good timing on the CC between these two champions. You've got the snares of the Lux into the stuns of the Riven. When you layer those two up, especially with all those shields, they're able to pick up 2 in the bottom lane. Riven now 3-0-1. Quick snare onto the Diana as Iodin tries to come in just to make sure they don't take the tower so quickly. Hecarim is actually counter jungling at the moment. He's headed towards the top lane. We'll see what he decides to do. There is an opportunity for him to try to dive the back line of the Jax. However, I think that this Jax is going to be playing a little bit on the safer side just because he has no need. He's winning the top lane. He's winning in farm. No need for going any further. No free names in the bottom lane. Gets the shield for just a moment. I wanted to say barrier for a second, and it burns! Iodin! Oh, with a nice little burn. Ticks away, takes out the Lux after the shield passive falls off. And that's going to be a clean kill for Forte-Nope in the bottom lane. Iodin waited for one to back. Gave him the opportunity to dive in on the second one. Twitch messed up when he picked up an ADC on this patch. Not necessarily, but I think I knew he was not going to survive. I decided not to waste anything trying. I think he knew he was not going to survive and decided not to waste anything trying. It's possible. It's very possible. Iodin in the just picking up the Scuttle Crabs. Nobody's gone for the Drakes just yet. Now, for Team Forte-Nope, especially with the strong split pusher of that Jax, having the Mountain Drake would be really good to be able to push onto those turrets as Ioden comes into the mid lane. Gonna get some good damage down. The poke, the harass, the ignite, the burst! And Yasuo throws out the tornado. Doesn't matter. Still falls 4 and 3. So they're continuing to just trade kills in the mid lane. Talon now 4-3 himself. So feeling a little bit better after the early game. Just having a bit of a rough time. Nong goes in. Xeno disappearing. Oh my goodness. Nong's damage is insane. The ignite ticks away. And wow. Riven, one item, just has that Yumu's Ghost Blade destroying as Ioden's going to fall in the jungle as well. Why do I feel this is a little bit more like the competitive game that no one wants to mention? Dota 2. The one thing about Dota 2 that I was never a huge fan of was the fact that in Dota 2, you either destroyed or got destroyed. It was a kill or be killed, in my opinion, having seen a little bit here and a little bit there. This game is definitely coming out with that, with these bursting bruisers. Looks like a little party hanging out there, the red buffs fountain. So 6 kills to 11, 2,000 gold in the lead for Team No. Still doing pretty well. Nong especially 5-0-1 mastery over this Riven champion. And I'm going to actually see if I can... No, I don't want to... What? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? I can't figure out how to do that. Well, it's fine. I'm just going to say, Don, try not to cuss so much on my channel. I love you. Love you, mate. But we're going to try to keep the F words off the channel just because we're trying to keep it on the cleaner side. As Lux comes back hanging out in the bottom lane, it does appear that Hecarim has now headed towards the Mountain Drake, so we'll be at least starting that. Let me see if I can get some fancy camera movements on that one. Nope. I'm going to figure this out. Give me just a second. There we go. I probably should have set the sky as Hecarim just in time to finish that one off. Takes out the Drake. Cleans that one up easy for his team. Just going to help them to siege down turrets. And it was nice of them to pick it up, especially when I talked earlier about the fact that the Jax is going to want that for the split push. But now that it's not available, that just is even more important. Hecarim coming into the mid lane. Nice invisibility from Joshua for the moment, using that ult to escape and gets himself back to the turret safely. Oh, he flashes in though. He wants your F dive and the burst damage. Oh, that is a serious assassin as Shiny Infernape comes into the mid lane just to hold and make sure Yasuo doesn't push in. Malphite heads here as well, but it is a level 10 Malphite up against a level 11 Talon and Jax. Multiple other members as well. Diana coming here into the mid lane to hang out, but caught out by a nice control ward. Gonna see both of them keep vision in favor of Team No until they clear that up. No free names hanging out by the bushes in the bottom side, waiting for anything fun to happen, but looks like it's just gonna be a Scuttle Crab take. Everyone's gonna go back to their lanes. Malphite probably going to back, I believe, sitting on, yeah, about 11,000 gold. Or it's 11,000, 1,100 gold. Diana pokes Social Bun a little bit, but this green rock heads back towards the top lane. So instead of backing, didn't have teleports, so didn't feel comfortable leaving that farm to potentially get pushed underneath the turret in the bottom lane. The Lord here with no free names, looking for a dive. Nice snare onto one. The tornado's gonna miss though. Lux ult won't. Down underneath 200 health. Wow, that's just no free name, sniping away with an IC. Here comes the Diana though. Huge damage from the backside. Nong underneath the turret. Doesn't matter. The resurrection for the Zillion. So he's gonna come back up, kept alive. Heads back underneath the turret, just hanging out there, hiding for safety. Nice parkour from the Talon. Gets him out of danger's way though, as the Lord heads back underneath the turret. They want to dive this Zillion. They don't have any minions. They've all gone down. Exhaust and flash from Broken Hearts. Beautifully played to stay out of range of Nong, but the flash is down. Joshua not ready to give this one up though. Still sitting on those double buffs. Wants in as he's going to go down to Nong. That's a stun up with the flash from the Riven to guarantee a kill before Talon has a moment to react. Nong 6-0-1, pops the Yumu's Ghost Blade, pops the flash stun, and pops the damage to take out Talon. Specific ADC he picked, the crit ADC is just kind of useless. As we talked about early game about that, as Shiny Infernape in the top lane. Gonna get jumped on by 2. just a little bit too hard to take out this early on into the game. As already sitting on the Trinity Force, we're barely hit the 20-minute mark. 1-0-0 continues to hold that top lane turret. The main difference being the 150 farm to 89 of the Malphite. Yasuo up, despite, I think, taking a little bit of poke damage from the Twitch due to that poisonous splash. I'm going to check real quick. It is Venom Cast. Venom Cask. Was still able to back, so not too concerned. 5-3, doing well for himself. Finished off the Phantom Dancer as well as those attack speed boots. Looking for as much crit as possible, even though he's not so much of a, even though crit got nerfed, he's still feeling strong. There's another Storm Razor. Oh, face the wind, the wrong direction, and Tornado's off to the side as well. So Talon just walks right back in. Now, don't be afraid of this Talon. I mean, you should be afraid because, oh, never mind. All right, burst for burst. The Lux and Talon both gone. Which one's going to be taking this one out? Odin very low. One more Tornado, and the Lord clean kill to finish that one off. I think the flash from Diana was a little unnecessary. Just kind of flashed off to nowhere. DRF dive, looking for the dive onto these two. Nong come chasing in as well. They are going to call it, though, backing out. Red buff available on the enemy blue side if they want to try to take that, and Hecarim will go in to find that. Jack's not here to help out. Malphite headed towards the mid lane as we're cresting close to the 20-minute mark where we are hitting the mid game, and things get a lot more interesting with the lanes being down and with things kind of being chased out a little bit more. We've got a lot more to see when it comes to these team fights, and that's really where the power of no bomb shows up. And Forte-Nope knocked up, not too concerned. He's pretty strong already in the game, headed back towards that top lane to pick up the extra farm and push in that top lane, start the split push that we talked about, and really break this game wide open for his team. A little bit of a ward clear there. This Twitch, though, 0-5, and I'm sorry, in the meantime, it's a double bomb stunning up 2. Beautiful play from Broken Hearts, and Odin's going to survive with the Resurrection ultimate from Zilean as well. Can you ask for a better play from Forte-Nope? Beautifully done. Zilean perfectly timed on that ultimate, layering it with the Lux ult, and good of Diana not to do anything crazy in the mid lane, though. The Talon goes too aggressive once again. Gets knocked up with the help of the Hecarim, will fall. That's not what you want to see out of your Talon. You want him to be 1v1ing people, which you can do quite handily. However, these constant ganks from the rest of the team of no mom. Oh, knock up here with the ultimate. Unstoppable force. Odin falls. DRF dive cleans up on his third kill. 3, 3, and 4. More of a supportive Hecarim so far in this game. It's not enough. Barely buff, sadly. There's the item update that makes crit a little more effective. Not enough. It is very small, but I don't think the ADCs are completely out, or crit ADCs are completely out of the meta. They're just a lot harder to play. You really need to be playing for that late game, because it's past the 30-minute mark. Your crit really does come online, but you have to get 3 items. That's a necessary 3 items for an ADC champion to come online post 30 minutes. You're talking about like the hyper-scaling Jinx, even Twitch. So at the moment, if Forte-Nope continues to hold out, there's potential that Twitch can come back into this. But Yasuo come up here, finds Shiny Infernape, just gonna get stunned up. Oh, the flash! Ooh, that was so close. Would have been good if he had been able to get into the bush and avoid being seen by the Yasuo. Wouldn't have been able to land that last auto attack. Very close 1v1. The assassination from the Talon cleans up Hecarim. We're going to see a lot of bursting from this guy as he's going to parkour himself back towards the mid lane, which the tower is going to fall. A trade for turrets, but still 2 in the favor of team No Mom, as they just have the bottom lane and mid lane have won a lot stronger. Now in the top lane, the Jax is still very powerful. He was forced to go back, headed towards, I believe it's a Gunblade at the moment. So it's still going to be very effective once these team fights start, as my alarm goes off for no random reason. 12 kills to 20. No Mom still in the lead. We talked about their advantages. We talked about the team fight prowess. We'll see if they can continue to hang on as the Ocean Drake seems to be fought over. Nong goes in, finds out the Diana, but a double stun from Zilean, and the Diana lives as well with the resurrection from the Zilean. Ult, spray and pray from the Twitch, doing good damage as well. Picks up 1, and they have forced the routing from Team No Mom. However, Yasuo comes in. He's going to find all 5. Nong here wants in on this one. Nice shield, keeps him alive for the moment. The exhaust onto the lure, trying to run away. Flashes, Hecarim's in the back line. The wombo combo's massive. Dive smashes into 3, and that's going to be a complete wipe. Forte-Nope is gone. All 5 aced and off the map, as the Ocean Drake now going to be picked up by Team No Mom with no one to stop them. Said in the chat, perfectly stated, Hecarim, more like Wreckarim, comes in from the back line to wombo combo and destroy. Beautifully played there. Team Forte-Nope routed, headed back to the fountain. Gonna have to wait for their respawn timers and think about what they did. What a flank. Wow. So, at this point, No Mom is strongly, especially after that last play, strongly in the lead. They still have the top lane exterior turret they can easily clean up by themselves. It's already, the minions are taking out that a lot. Oh, Talon gonna find DRF dive. It's a slow horsey. He's gonna start to speed up there. His assassination of the fear. The Yasuo knockup as well. The parkour keeps Talon alive for the moment. Joshua on the run. The laser right through him as he's going off the wall. The tornado as well knocks Ioden up. Yasuo getting some good damage down. The snare just dodged to the side. Fancy footwork as Yasuo heads to the top lane. He wants to take out this top tier turret. Will clean it up just fine. Add a third one. No free names. Bursted. Still alive. Gone. What am I talking about? A shiny Infernape jumps in, getting some good damage down. Broken Heart's trying to throw down the bombs. One of those things that he can do is toss it onto people like the Jax, so that when he jumps in, double man knock with the unstoppable force. This stun from Zillion, is it going to be enough resurrection for the Diana once again? But this Yasuo is wrecking. 1 bomb, 2 bombs from Broken Heart's not going to be enough. Double kill to the Yasuo, the Lord on a rampage. Coming in, 1 bomb gonna land just straight into the last breath. Legendary as Nong in the bottom lane wants to take on 2 underneath the turret. Dashes, slashes, and Broken Wings her way to safety. Not gonna be enough though, as the Talon gonna stab her in the back, just as a good Talon assassin will do. But the little bit that Forte-Nope is getting back is just not enough. They really are just not picking up the amount of gold that they need to get back into this game. They're going to need to be able to team fight better. Either they're going for assassinations, which means they need better ward coverage to make sure that they can see when people are by themselves and take them out. But from No Mom, they have such mobility. The Yasuo, the Hecarim, even Malphite Ultimate, they can always collapse faster to get to some of these more extended fights. So for Forte-Nope, get in, get the kill, and get out. Stop playing around and make sure that you are paying attention to where the rest of Team No Mom is. As Ioden comes in the mid lane, just trying to clear it up. So the fact that No Mom has a 13-3 Yasuo, well, Talon can also burst just fine. Ooh, he may be able to find out no free names. He's going to parkour himself to safety over the wall. By safety, I mean he's going to parkour himself into Danger's way. Danger being for the Lux. There's the burst we were talking about. And that's what you want to see from the Talon. Executed, 1 off the map. Lux there, Lux gone. Can he do that to anyone else? There's still a good chance that he can do that to a Hecarim. We've seen his damage before, and Hecarim's still playing fairly squishy. And one of the things, though, is they aren't able to turn these 4v5 situations into progressing for any kills or other objectives. You want to be able to go for the Baron, you want to be able to get some side lane turrets, but they don't have those waves pushing. They haven't done the necessary homework to be able to get those side lanes pushing. As Yasuo, Lord wants in on the fight, throws out a tornado, not going to find anyone. Jax wants in, gets the nice stun. Malphite here, can he find the multi-man engage? Hecarim to the back line. The parkour from Yasuo keeps him alive for the moment. Diana's already executed 1 2-man knock up. Infernape feeling confident with the resurrection from the Zillion. It's going to fall off before he's able to get out. Lux snipe not going to land as the Riven comes in. She will pick up 2 though. That ultimate, just 2 massive triple kill over to the Lux. Nong 10-2, just unbelievable. So even on a win from Forte-Nope, they still end up losing it in the long run, and it's just not going to be enough. Once again, they get something good, but it's traded for something bad. As Team No Mom eventually comes out with the win on that. And that was in a 4v5 situation. Lux had just gotten back from the base and was showing up, only able to throw out the ultimate without able to doing much more than that. But so close to the Penta. Hey, Janabot NA, welcome. Glad to have you. Thinking I need to play a game. Show us that Janus skills. Love to have you. As 32 kills, 220. Team No Bomb still strongly in the lead, but the game is not over yet. If Forte-Nope can find those advantages, they've got 3 massive bursting champions, the Jax, the Diana, the Talon. If each one can execute somebody, keep their cooldowns up enough to find that multi-layered one at a time and stay alive, or find someone in a 4v5 situation where someone else is on the opposite side of the map and unable to join, again, would have been a 1-team fight if Nong Nong hadn't showed up and triple killed at the very end of it. Baron's still on the map, the only ward on it from Team No Mom. Malphite just slowly punching down the turret in the mid lane. Oh, nice little parkour from Joshua. I'm going to double check. That is the name of that ability. I keep saying it, and I'm almost positive that it is. No, it is not. I keep calling it parkour, but it is not. It's Assassin's Path. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. While I like calling it parkour, it is not. The Assassin's Path, keeping Talon safe. I think that was, there's somewhere in League that's an actual thing, but I can't remember. See if I can avoid getting hard target banned this game. We'll find out. Probably not. Oh, the Hecarim Fear comes in, keeps on for the moment. Still going to fall. Joshua cleans up one in the back. Line the Flash Force out from Ioden after taking out another. It's kills all over the map. Malphite trying to get in and help out. Zillion ultimate saving the Diana once again for a moment, but still going to fall. Nong Nong bursted out. Xeno lives. This is really good for Forte-Nope if they can chase this down with the Jax here. So far, they've won the fight 3v2. Can they catch anyone else out and push in for some objectives? Social Bun tries to dodge and weave. Will fall. Yasuo, the only one left alive. Diana goes in. Double knockup. Last breath only on to one, though. Jax is bursted out. The Lord is doing the work. And Ioden's going to fall as well. The Yasuo, 16-4. Unstoppable. Just playing with his food. You thought that he could 2v1 him, and you thought wrong. 36 kills to 24. Mid lane second tier turret going to fall. Yasuo doesn't need no another team. He can solo. And this is why everyone hates the cancer that is the Yasuo. Second Mountain Drake on the map and available. Should be able to be picked up by Team No Mom pretty easily without too much of an issue. It's more bits. More people, more bits. Thank you, Nova, for the extra bits. I'm going to try to quick count that. It looks like 10 bits. I appreciate that. Is there another game after this one? Tam, indeed there is. This is only game 1 of the night. And you know what that means? There's still 2 more to follow up. And you can so certainly join. All you have to do is do that exclamation mark, join, space, in-game name. As I'm not going to actually do it because I want to make sure that I don't accidentally join. But there we go. Thank you, XLNC Nova, for being a perfect mod and filling in that extra information. You've been awesome so far tonight, and I greatly, greatly appreciate that. As Forte-Nope won the team fight and then turned around and tossed it with the Yasuo outplay in the mid lane. They continue to start to do well and then lose the advantages that they're trying to build for themselves, and it's stacking up. 10,000 gold behind. They have yet to secure a second turret this entire game. Oh, they want in onto the Yasuo. His tornado's already gone. Diana goes in, dives in onto Nong Nong. Social Bun here to stop it, though. Picks up one. Joshua's running away with the resurrection. That's not what you want to see. Will even get used. No, the Hecarim waits it out. What? What? Talon kept waiting for himself to die so he could come back with a little bit of health, and Hecarim's just like, nope, I'm just gonna horse around and wait until the Zillion ultimate falls off before finishing the kill. And that's going to be Baron started up, should be able to be picked up, cleaned up, finished off by No Mom without issues. Xeno in the mid lane trying to defend against the mid lane turret, and he's going to be bursted out. A little bit of damage to Nong Nong, knocks him down to half health. Not too concerned about that, though. Now with the Baron buff, pushing in, doesn't even need supers. It's going to be the perfect amount of minions to clean up the turret. Zillion here, though, to defend the inhibitor, so Forte-Nope continue to hold on. Hey, no spoils, Ioden, but I appreciate you rejoining. Rocket? What? That isn't even your in-game name. Is that your in-game name? I don't even know how to type or spell or what? What? Yasuo, still a monster. Shiny Infernape, poking a little bit of damage, but this is what I'm talking about. The Malphite is down almost 100 farm, and yet 2, 2, and 12. the monster tank that waits and engages, does the knock-up, gets the AoE, and then just walks away. That's all Social Bun needs to do. It's kind of like a late game Nasus, where you start off, you think you've shut them down, you're at a farm lead, and then Nasus in the late game suddenly has 400 farm, and he can one-shot your Nexus turrets, and you're crying because you're filling your inventory with tears, because that's about all you have. As Broken Heart's able to get over the wall, the dive doesn't care, diving over the wall. Social Bun moving in, the inhibitor in the mid lane easily going to fall. Minions here with the Baron buff as well, going to be continuing to smash down. Look at the massive cannon minion, Baron powered as well. Is No Mom ready to shut this one out, or are they going to back away and wait for a Elder Drake to spawn before trying to clean it up? Mostly, I think, waiting for the engage here. I think the opportunity for those bombs on people diving is so strong, but Broken Hearts has yet to really use that. Tossing a bomb onto Talon when he dives somebody and getting that extra burst of damage is so good. Lux in the mid lane, though, hard to jump on. Talon's going to need to get some serious speedy boots if he wants to get in there and assassinate the Lux, as she's about the only one right now that he can truly just take out with one hit. Oh, hey, just listen to music, guys. Just listen. Oh, I still had it on that's all right. We got to listen to a little soliloquy from the Yasuo, playing us a little harmonica. Just hanging out. It was kind of a sad tune, but you know, we'll give him some credit. Oh, Odin executes the Lux once again, but she's the sacrificial lamb as the rest of the team engages. Hecarim smashing through the Zillion. He's got no help to hold this one up. The flash in from Nong Nong, the fear from Hecarim as well. The dive complete, the dive executed. Hecarim will fall. The burst from Twitch not going to be enough. He's trying to do what he can with the spray and pray. That's going to be 2 falling on the side of No Mom as Zeno continues to smash as much damage in, but it really is just tickling the members of No Mom. Yasuo slice and dicing his way through the minions. I know that's Renekton's ability, but it still sounds cool as he's going to slash through, looking for Zeno. Has a tornado ready, just going to whiff between the lines of Zeno and Joshua. They're trying to defend, take out Nong Nong, but the Nexus is already gone. That's going to be the cannon minion not taking it out before Yasuo claims one more kill, securing his KDA 18, 4, and 8. Destruction across the map. And that is a massive win for Team No Mom, as a critical error has occurred and the process must be terminated. That's okay, because the game is already over. And I think that's completely the fault of Creator Suite. Do I have to restart League of Legends entirely? I think I do. No, I don't. Whew. Guys, we dodged a bullet. All right, give me just a second before doing MVPs and honorable mentions to bring back up Creator Suite. Let's actually use the Creator Suite updater. I think that's the issue that's going on right now. So yes, please run Creator Suite. That'd be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so it looks like we got Creator Suite back on and ready to rock and roll. So let's talk about, as we switch to our fancy post-game page, whoa, this game, MVPs and honorable mentions. Crazy, crazy, craziness for the losing team, which was the blue team. Sad days when you had a 10-10 talent that was just popping off every time he was doing some execution. Same kind of a thing with the Diana. But I think that the honorable mention is going to go over to Shiny Infernape. The reason being, as per usual when we're talking about it, it's not so much your kills as it is about the impact on the map as a whole. Solidly won the top lane, was the only lane to get his turret, as well as was rotating the power that he had to other lanes. Not the greatest score lineup at the end of the day, but the fact that he won the lane and then try to transfer that to the other lanes as well is a big deal. Now, the team fight composition didn't work. Part of that because they had the crit Twitch that was trying something new. Part of that because they didn't have that front tank. They were great bursting champions, but nobody could absorb the damage that was coming out of this Yasuo, coming out of the dive. Imagine if they had a Rammus on the team. One taunt on the Yasuo, he's gone. One taunt on Nong Nong, gone. Very, very crucial to have in a team that's got some burst assassins, the tanks that can actually absorb the damage so those assassins can get to the back line and do their work. Now, MVP for the game, you got to give it over to Joshua. I mean, this guy, despite having a rough KDA, just played a really sick game of Talon, using the Assassin's Path to not only get executions on Hecarim in the jungle, escape from really bad teamfights that he didn't want to take, and consistently was able to take out Lux. And Lux died 10 times that game. Not a happy day for the Lux. DRF dive as well. You think of Hecarim, you think of fear, you think of the damage, and yet Joshua was consistently taking out this Hecarim as well. A really well done game from him. For the honorable mention on the winning side, it's a little bit tougher to say, but I think I am, as weird as it is, I'm going to give it over to Social Bun. Because, as I talked about in the game, not only able to hold the top lane turret for a very long time, didn't get discouraged, didn't just didn't die. I think I died one time in the top lane. That was it. Other than that, played a very solid game. You can see the build path that she was going for, the heavy armor to deal with the Talon, because he was the one that was assassinating people. Diana had great AP burst damage, but there just wasn't quite enough to really concern the Malphite, though he started to build some magic resist as well with the Negatron Cloak. For the MVP of the game, I mean, seriously though, I love teammates not dying. At 2 deaths out of the entire team, Malphite 2 deaths, that's pretty darn awesome.